Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're doing something a little bit different today, guys. We're talking about F1 2017. Now, none of what I'm going to say is been confirmed or anything or is being said. This is just personal ideas for the game. Now, whether any of this will happen, some of it is far more likely that could happen over other things, but obviously we'll have to wait and see, obviously, when F1 2017 comes out. Yes, I know this is very early to be making a video about F1 2017, and also, yes, I'm probably going to get hate comments that I copied Tim at Marduk's video, when really, I know a couple of ideas are fairly similar to his, but there are quite a few different ideas in this video as well. If you guys are new around here, don't forget to subscribe as well for more F1 2016 content. In the background, these are my league races that I do with AOR. If you haven't heard of AOR, it's like the biggest F1 racing league going out there at the moment. So hopefully you guys do enjoy that background footage as well. But the first thing I wanted to talk about, which I'm pretty certain Tim and Marduk did speak about, is the R&D balancing and things. And what that basically is the fact that, obviously with F1 2016, the problem was you could basically get any team too near enough the top within 2 seasons worth. Now, with the Sauber career mode, guys, obviously I'm about halfway through season 1 at the moment, and we are around, I think we've just overtaken sort of Haas, we're around sort of that level. It's kind of a little bit difficult to say when I haven't actually recorded that far yet, but still, obviously, we'll have to wait and see about that, guys. But yeah, just the R&D needs to be slowed down a bit, but also there needs to be more upgrades to be done, because I think realistically, if you try and slow everything down, that means that teams like Sauber will never get up to the same level as Mercedes if it's too slow and Mercedes are able to keep up. That's another thing, guys. The AI need to be able to upgrade their R&D quicker. So although I think, yes, it still should be possible that the driver that you should be able to upgrade your car quicker than the AI, I think still there needs to be a little bit more balancing within that. And obviously that's just obviously very, very simple. That could be fairly easy to fix, but obviously it would take a lot of testing and things as well. And also, just a little thing to add on to that would be failures within the R&D upgrades. Now, I noticed this used to happen, I think it was on F1 2012 or 2011 it was, where say if you did an R&D upgrade and then sometimes the part would fail and you wouldn't be able to get it for a couple of races. I think that could be reintroduced, because obviously at the moment you've literally just got, you get an upgrade and it'll be on the car next time out. You want to have some sort of element of, sometimes they may take 3 races to be applied to the car, or sometimes they may just be the next race. But you have to wait and see, and also the fact that you should be able to upgrade parts that say you want to upgrade a low aero part for Monza, so say you can have that rear wing ready for Monza, say you've upgraded that at Monaco, but then you can swap out the parts to boost the car at different tracks. So like basically just like building your own car a bit more. Obviously you've got the tuning setup and that's very good, but like making it emphasize that even more. Now the next idea that I had, which I'm pretty certain hasn't been spoken about before, and I thought this could be fairly cool, would be classic cars and special events. And obviously we had classic cars in F1 2013, but say, I don't know, you drive for Ferrari, perhaps you could go to Maranello or whatnot, or go to Monza, for example, and drive, say, a 1970s Ferrari F1 car or something around the track, just a few laps, you know, just get a little bit, just little things to add on to the side of the career mode, just so you're doing a little bit more. Obviously, that would be incredibly difficult to do, but obviously, you know, I can dream. But then next up is extra content. Now, this one is probably the biggest long shot of long shots I've ever done on this channel, but this could be extra content such as GP2 and Formula E. Now, this has been spoke about for the last couple of years, but GP2 or Formula E could really add an extra element to it where, say, not like you do it in a career mode, but say you've just got a couple of GP2 cars or a couple of Formula E cars, just so you can try out other cars. I'm not saying you should be able to do a whole career mode in Formula E or whatnot, but just bringing out, you know, different cars. It kind of links with the classic cars and things and special events, but just even more sort of emphasis on that sort of thing. And now, another thing that I know a lot of people have really requested to come back would be interviews. Now, I think this is very, very easy for Codemasters to implement, and I'd like to think, you know, we could see interviews coming back into Formula 1 games. Like, obviously, I've been doing an F1 2010 career mode at the moment, guys. If you haven't checked that out, I would highly recommend doing so as well. But just bringing back interviews, it's just those little things, like I said, about, like, classic cars and things. Just adds more to the career mode, just gives you more to do, just so you're not literally just doing a race, then doing practice, then doing qualifying, then doing another race, etc, etc. You're doing just little things, you know, to fill up the time as well, just to, you know, add a little bit of depth. Now, the other idea that I had, one of the last ideas I had even, was probably quite complicated to explain, but I also think would be pretty cool, and this would be a realistic career. Now, basically what this would be, say if you start the season, Mercedes are really quick. Now, let's say Bahrain, for example, if that's the second race of the season, Ferrari had piled on a lot of upgrades and they were quicker. Ferrari would then be quicker than Mercedes in the game, but you could also only do the races when the real race weekend was on. So say you could only do free practice on the Friday. Obviously, it wouldn't be necessary that you have to do free practice because obviously people can't be there all the time. But say, for example, on Friday you can do free practice, and then Saturday you do the qualifying, but it doesn't let you do the race until the day of the real race. So a bit like Pro Season Mode almost, where you are far more immersed into the game, but it just means like you cannot do the races outside of the race weekend. Obviously there could be like a leaderboard overall, and it would be only on the hardest difficulty, so a little bit like Pro Season Mode, where it would be very difficult to do, but say there would be a leaderboard between everyone in the world that was doing these. So obviously just a realistic race weekend as such, but only obviously when the real race is on that weekend, so that you can compare how well you do to the real drivers at that race weekend. And obviously it just means that the car balancing is very, very different. So for example, there will be some tracks where Ferrari are better than Red Bull and Red Bull are better than Ferrari, for example, and that could be emphasised in this game mode as well. Obviously that would be very, very special events, but I think if Codemasters could do that well, that could be something really, really cool as well to add to the game. But if you guys have enjoyed this little video, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down if you have any other ideas for F1 2017, for any game modes that could be included and whatnot. Just other things. I know I haven't really covered everything in this video, there's obviously lots more ideas, but I didn't really want to cover the same sort of things that other people have done or other people will do. Just try, keep this standing out as itself. Things like the realistic career I don't think anyone's mentioned about, and classic cars. I want to bring different ideas to the table. But thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you're new around here, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.